know if you can tell by the lighting, but it's very late at night. And I went to the comic book store around, what day is it? Fuck. I think I went there 3 days ago now. And everything I got is still in the bag. I went to King's Comics. It's a comic book store in Sydney. It's pretty much the only comic book store in Sydney. Actually, there's one like a pretty long drive down south that it's called Liverpool Comic Book Shop store or something that I've never been to. I go there to usually just look around for the vibe, you know, but this time I cashed out, I'm not gonna lie. I bought a lot of shit. So I usually don't buy this much at once, but since I did, I was like, I might as well make a video out of it, right? I also have no shelf space. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. I need to reorganize some stuff. Maybe I'll move some Lego out because there's a lot of old shit that I don't, like, I'm like, why do I even have that? That's from high school. Like, why is it even, anyways, you don't really care. All right, so the first thing I got is this. Gosh, can you see that? All right, so this is what I got. I got Superman by Kurt Busiek. I think that's how you pronounce his name, book 1. The main reason I got this is because this is the only printed form of a story called Superman's Secret Identity. I think it's 4 issues. I've been looking for a printed version of that story for so many years. It's been years, and yeah, I think this is the, I was like, because I just didn't want to get this whole thing, but if I want it in physical form, I guess I have to buy this thing. So I did. I pulled the trigger, and Kurt Busiek, I love his work. He's the one who wrote Marvels, which I also have. Okay, so this includes World's Finest Comics 308 to 309, Superman the Man of Steel Annual number 5, Superman's Secret Identity, finally, issues 1 to 4, and Action Comics issues 837 to 843, and Superman issues 650 to 658. I'm so excited. Oh my god, it's been a journey. I've been scouting, and it took me a long time to realize that they were never gonna print it in trade form. So we have it. All right, this is a couple of trades in here, so they wrapped it up for me. I think mainly because it was raining on the day I bought this. I even vlogged that day as well, but I didn't end up recording as much as I thought I did, so I'm probably not gonna make that into a vlog. Dun, 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 dun. All right, first thing we got. Daredevil, The Man Without Fear. I actually have not read this yet. I'm honestly not sure whether I'm meant to read this or Daredevil Born Again. I think that's by Frank Miller as well. This is by Frank Miller as well. Art by John Romita Jr. Yeah, this has been on my list for a very long time, and for some reason I just never read it. And I think this is like a new print, because I think for a while they just didn't print these. I might be wrong, but I finally saw it and I was like, well, I'm finally gonna get this, I guess. And damn, this shit's expensive. I'm not gonna lie. Look at that art. Look at that. Oh, I'm keen to read it. I mean, I know all the Daredevil hype's kind of dead right now because Born Again just finished, or not just finished, but finished months ago. But I'm keen to read that. Oh man, it's you know when there's like a book that you've been wanting to get for so long, and you can finally just mentally check it off your list. There's a bunch of other books that I've been meaning to get in physical form as well, and I see them and I'm like, ugh, I need to think about my bank account. So I did a pass. Maybe I'll wait till there's like a sale or something, like the next free comic book day, which is in like a year or something, because it's usually in May. So maybe, I don't know. Anyways, next we have 2 Image Comics trades. When I was shopping at King's Comics, I was thinking, am I gonna do like a little haul video, which I am now, and I was like, I kind of want to promote something a bit more indie, not just Marvel and DC. And I was like, what if like I promote like an Australian trade graphic novel, you know, not like an ongoing series, but like a trade, like a, you know what a trade is. Anyways, I asked one of the people working there, and she was like, oh yeah, we have like a small section here for Aussie creators. And I was like, I looked at selection and I was like, these are all like kind of new and like they're all ongoing. And I was like, if I'm gonna recommend something, I want it to be like a complete story, or at least like it already has like a full-fledged start. And I was like, okay, what about like other indie stuff? So I kind of asked her for recommendations and what she likes. And okay, first of all, we have this one really caught my eye. She brought me to this area and then she like mentioned this one, like she pointed at it and I was like, oh, this looks pretty good. This is called It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth, an autobiographic novel by Zoe Thorogood. I think that's how you pronounce the name. The cover. Dude, the cover is so sick. The art, dude, I'm gonna look at the art. That art. It's so, I love like unique art like this. That looks really funky and I don't know, man. I really like that stuff. And it's an autobiographical novel and I don't have anything like that. So I was like, I think I'm gonna, you know those things that just catch your attention for some reason and like you just can't stop thinking about it. Yeah, when I saw this point in that, I was like, I'm gonna really heavily consider it, and I ended up coming back to it to pick it up. So this was nominated for an Eisner, which is like the Oscars of the comic book industry. Glowing reviews from The Guardian and Forbes, and you know, I didn't read that part because I thought that it looked cool anyway, but you know, there you go if anyone cares. I'll read the blurb in case anyone's interested. The 2023 Ross Manning Most Promising Newcomer Award-winning cartoonist Zoe Thorogood, writer and artist of The Impending Blindness of Billy Scott, artist on Joe Hill's Rain graphic novelization, records 6 months of her own life as it falls apart in a desperate attempt to put it back together again in the only way she knows how. I like unique, like personal stories like that. It's good to diverge away from comic book stuff, you know? Not comic, superhero stuff. Anyways, I might read this tonight actually. The only reason why I'm like finally recording this video is because I want to read something tonight, but I was like, like if I want to read one of these, I have to film the haul because I really want to film the haul as well and promote, you know, people going to comic book stores and supporting the stores and stuff. So here I am, I might read this tonight. Also, I want to address something. Dude, Image Comics, actually no, non-Marvel and DC comic books, they are so much cheaper than Marvel and DC. Holy shit. Alright, so Man Without Fear, right? This in Australian was $35.95. This very personal, high quality book around the same thickness, this was $22.95. That's more than 10 bucks difference. What the fuck, Marvel and DC, I assume, you little creeps. And the woman that was showing me around, I was like, what are you like what's your favorite? Like, what are some of your favorites? And she recommended this. It's also another Image comic series. This is actually volume 1, so this is an ongoing series. It's called Monstress by Majori Liu, sorry, and Sana Takeda. It has a promotional bit from Neil Gaiman, which you know, I don't think people want to see what Neil Gaiman has to say these days, so that's probably not great. I made a little joke about that when she showed me this book. Anyways, it's flexing a lot of awards back there. I'm not even gonna read all that. There you go. A lot of awards and nominations and all that shit. Okay, and I'll read the blurb as well. This looks like horror fantasy, I think. Set in this won Best Writer for the Eisner Award, and it won Best Continuing Series, Best Painter Multi. Oh, you read the thing I just showed. Anyways, all right. Set in an alternate world of Art Deco beauty and steampunk horror, Monstress tells the epic story of Micah Halfwolf, a teenage survivor of a cataclysmic war between humans and Arcanics. In the face of oppression and terrible danger, Micah is both hunter and hunted, searching for answers about her mysterious past as those who seek to use her remain just one step behind, and all the while the monster within her begins to awaken. Sick, right? So, you know, I like a little surprise. I don't know, I never heard of this series before seeing it in the store, so Yeah, also the covers for Image Comics, they just feel so much more premium than this one, than the Marvel one. I don't know if all the Marvel ones, actually, are they all like this? I don't know, but in this case, dude, the matte finish, oh, that looks so good compared to like that glossy, flimsy, ugh. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, I'm keen to read one of these. I think I might read, actually now I'm changing my mind. Now I kind of want to read Daredevil, but I also kind of read this. Maybe I'll save this for when I'm depressed. And I'll save this when I'm feeling adventurous. And this when I'm in a comic book classic mood. And this when I don't know, I can't think of any reasons anymore. My monitor just went to sleep. There you go. That was my haul. I think overall it cost like 130 bucks, which is around like $90 USD if I had to guess. Yeah, comic books are expensive, but I don't usually buy this much at once. So, you know, if you guys want to see my entire comic book collection, let me know. I don't think it's as big as everyone expects though. You know, that's what he said, I guess. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that.